In June 2015, the Independent Office of Evaluation of the International Fund for Agricultural Development, or IFAD, presented the results of the recent evaluation of the IFAD-supported country programme in Bangladesh. Since 1979, IFAD has financed 30 projects for a total cost of $1.7 billion, of which $674 million are attributed to IFAD.
The International Fund for Agricultural Development has been working in Bangladesh for the last 30 years. It has a long-standing partnership with the government of Bangladesh that has produced very important results. We have just concluded an independent evaluation of the last 10 years of cooperation, 2004-2014, and the results were presented in a national workshop today. The main contributions that we have seen of IFAD is the work that has been doing targeting the poorest segments of the population in the most remote areas of Bangladesh, working in the house areas and also in the charlands. Women's empowerment has been an important achievement by enlarging the economic opportunities for women for income generation activities in agriculture, in fisheries, and also in aquaculture processes.
The evaluation covered the lending portfolio, that is all projects and programmes, as well as the non-lending activities such as grants, how IFAD has supported knowledge management, development of partnerships and policy dialogue. Prior to the workshop, the IFAD delegation had a first-hand interaction with beneficiaries from the Hayor Infrastructure and Livelihood Improvement Project, or HILIP project, located in one of the most deprived areas of Bangladesh, which is subject to very peculiar climate conditions and suffers from extensive annual flooding.
HILIP has two major parts. One part is developing the infrastructure for access to market through rural roads or rural markets, and it employs the poorest households for doing the unskilled labor for that and provide them some incomes. And the other part is to develop long-term income generating activity through a value chain approach.
I had the opportunity to work in the construction of a road and earned 8,000 taka. With this, I bought one tailoring machine for my daughter, Mokluda, who is disabled as she suffered from polio. Now, my daughter is making dresses and she's selling them, earning money and helping the family. I also invested in a broiler breeding business and received training from the project. I hope that HILIP project will work like this more in this community for these poor people.
This is a demonstration program on broiler rearing business set up with support from HILIP project, which provided one-day training. Together with 2 women members, I started this program. Now it's been running for 3 months. In the first month, we made a profit of 9,750 taka, and this month we are expecting to make a profit of 24,325 taka. The objective is to disseminate the technology in the community so more people get involved with this profitable business.
I also worked in the road construction and earned 3,000 taka profit that I invested in bamboo basket manufacturing. I received training from the HILIP project on small-scale businesses and then started my own business. Now I'm selling the baskets at 80 to 100 taka per basket in the local markets. I hope this project will do this kind of work in other communities for the poor people and more people will be benefited.
Given the concentration of poverty, changing demographics, shrinking rural space and climate change vulnerabilities of the country, the evaluation emphasises that IFAD's role and strategy in the country faces critical challenges and future programmes will require creative rethinking and timely adjustments aimed at contributing to a more sustainable and inclusive rural development in Bangladesh.
The evaluation proposes a number of recommendations for the future strategy between IFAD and the government of Bangladesh. One key recommendation is maintaining access to credit as a priority. Despite a level of maturity of the microfinance institutions of Bangladesh, there are locations and target groups who do not have access to credit. The saturation in the microcredit market is uneven in Bangladesh. The risks, the gaps and the opportunities in the sector offer imperatives for IFAD for further involvement. For example, through more specialized credit and services, particularly linked to the portfolio on value chains.
The knowledge and information and ideas it's given me, and I hope IFAD, for the forthcoming meetings in New York on the Sustainable Development Goals and what our plans will be and targets will be for 2030. And in particular, some of the indicators that will be used for tracking the SDGs. The other major theme was the very tangible need for investment in rural areas. Now this is IFAD's specificity, how to invest in rural areas. And this report, I've really emphasized where IFAD's investment is having the biggest impact in rural areas.